with my rough draft drawn, I'm ready to transfer this onto my final draft paper. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can either use a light table or a light board, or you could tape this to a window and make sure that your drawing paper is on top and let the light, the natural light, shine through as a natural light board, or you could use tracing paper. With tracing paper, you end up tracing your image 2 times, once to get your drawing from your drawing paper onto your tracing paper, and then trace it 1 more time onto your final draft paper. So if you have a light board, or if taping it to a window works, that really only involves 1 round of tracing. That saves you a little bit of time. But I want to tape this into place so that it doesn't slide around on me. And this is best done with a drawing pencil. Mechanical pencil works, but wooden pencils are nice too. For the later step, you're definitely going to want to use a wooden pencil, but I'm just going to simply go in and trace my lines because my tracing paper is see-through and I can see my drawing all the way through it. Do not trace your grid part, just your portrait. And I even went in to indicate where the edges of my shadows are on my face too. I find that that's helpful. So I have traced my drawing onto my tracing paper, and my next step, I have a couple different ways to do this next step. One way is to put my tracing paper onto my final draft paper, graphite side down, and trace it from the back side. So make note of this being the graphite paper and me putting it down so that it is graphite side down and tracing it from the back. That pushes the graphite on the other side into the paper. But we've been drawing, or I've been drawing, my picture from this side for so long, that's the way my brain got used to it. So if you don't like the backwards version, which oftentimes we may not, because it highlights all of the mistakes that we thought were okay on the other side. But just by flipping your image, you notice the little things that you may have drawn wrong. So flipping it over might be an interesting way to view it to see if anything needs to be corrected. But if you don't like it this way, there's a second way to do this. So removing my paper, I don't want to do this with my paper behind it. I can use a wooden pencil and scribble on the back. There's no sense scribbling over the entire tracing paper, just the parts that have my my graphite. And use the side of your pencil, not the tip of it, because you're going for covering wide areas, and I can make marks that have wider marks to them if I'm holding my pencil to the side. So again, I'm gonna scribble over anything that has a drawing on the other side, and I don't really have to worry so much about the empty spaces. So I've scribbled on the back of my tracing paper, and from the front it's not as noticeable, but from the back I can definitely see. You're going to want to tape your tracing paper to your final draft paper. and that just prevents it from sliding around on you. But you're going to retrace it from the front again, and that pushes the graphite that I scribbled on the back onto the surface of my tracing paper, so that my image has been efficiently transferred. Now, it's good to scribble with a wooden pencil on the back. For the front, it really doesn't matter what kind of pencil you use, but I use a mechanical one because the point is a little bit sharper and I can apply a little bit more pressure in one concentrated area. So you're going to want to press harder for this step. And if you want to test out to see if it truly did transfer, do a small area, lift up your paper, and you should be able to see the lightest sort of transfer on your final draft paper. So don't make marks anywhere on the front that you don't also want transferred on the other side.